this lesson, we're going to show you how we can use our cursor in our workspace to change the data. Its placement, how the duration works, how to move one part to another area, how to even copy and paste sections in. So I'm going to play this track back from the top. And we can hear this. So obviously we're here in a one program, so we have all the parts right here from the same program, as we can see right here, Avenue program. And if you want to extend this page, make the workspace bigger, you can go to full from half mode to full mode right there. Now, you need to have this tool selected, the draw mode, to get your tools. If I pull this cursor here in the grid, you'll notice it turns into a pencil, a little red pencil there. I can go in and I can write stuff in. See that I'm writing little parts in here and there. Notice how it's going across the line, right? It's not actually right on a line. Let's go back into here. Let's develop a better grid. Let's go to here. And now you see a grid appear. See these lines appear here, right? Now I can undo these notes, undid that. Now once I undo though, it doesn't undo my changing of the time and correct grid here at all. So within a time correct grid, I can move my pencil in here and insert a note. So for example, I can come right here, put a note there, move it there, move it here. And as I move it, you see it becomes a hand. So at one point it's a pencil when that section of the grid is empty. And then when I grab an event in the middle of the event, it becomes a hand, so I can move it around. If I go to the right of that same event, it becomes a trimmer tool. And you can see it has arrows going from side to side, left to right, right? So I can pull it out and make it fit within that grid. I can pull it back in again. I can do this on the left as well. Out and then back in. Makes it easier, right? I can take this and move it someplace else, move it down here, or move it over here. So I can move anywhere within the grid. When moving within the grid, the placement of your events are confined to that grid. For example, I can pull this out to here. It just keeps filling up the next space within the grid. If I go to time and correct and I select off, there's no more grid, as you can see. Now when I move an event, I can move it just a little bit more further. You see it. See that? That crosses that line right there. There's no more grid. I can slide an event anywhere in the middle of a beat. I can move it anywhere else over here. It slides anywhere, and it tells me where it's at, too, at the same time. You'll see that data come up right there. But once I go back in, and I use time and correct, everything conforms to the grid. So I can pull this back in as tight as I can, and it's only going to be this size. If I go back out to quarter notes, and I get this quarter note grid, and I put a note in, that's how big the note's going to be. See that? And you can see how it overshadows the first note I put in that same section. But if I try to pull this in, just can't do it because it's confined to the grid. Let's go back here. I'll go back to 30-second notes. Let's undo. Right there. I'm going to take this note here and get that note out. So just select the note here. I can go X, get it out of here. This note I don't need. Take this note out of there, and I'm good. Now, the reason why I want to move some elements inside my grid so they're not so perfectly on the beat and everything is because I don't want this human feel to happen too much when you're dealing with music. You know, you want to make sure it has this sort of like nice, easygoing feel, but not too much of this really like perfect placement. So in this track you're hearing right here, some parts are moved around. I'm going to zoom in here. We'll get a better view. And you'll see it. We'll go right here. Let's go out further. And you'll see, like, for example, this kick drum here is not dead on right there, right? That's not really on. And I can move to the first part here, this kick drum here is not on the beat. This one's a little bit over the beat. This one's on this one section right here. So it gives me this feel where it's not so perfect, and it has this really cool, almost human feel to it. Now, what you can also do with a section, for example, I'm going to go back here and sort of zoom back out. I can copy and paste anything, really, pretty much. So I'm going to show you here, for example, this is one part, and when I play it back, so when it plays, it has a little like almost echo to it, right? So what I want to do is probably copy and paste it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to press down Command. You notice a plus sign appear next to that event. I'm going to grab it now. So I made an extra one. See that? Slide it perfectly over to here. That's where I want it to be. And now I move that event here, copy, paste it there, and I will play it back from the top now. And it's in.